Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is chocolate raspberry. It's by Boston's Best. It's okay. It's pretty good, but it's not as good as the Aldi's one was. So today is going to be a high of 46 degrees. Not too terrible, but it's gloomy again. That's what the forecast for the whole week was. Rainy, then one day would be gloomy, then rainy, so it's definitely not summer weather anymore. But that's all right, we'll take it. We'll just find things to do inside if the weather gets nasty. That works for me too. So yesterday, my daughter had a birthday party for her middle son, one of her middle sons. She has 4 kids, 4 boys and then a girl. So it was nice. It was really nice. The food, of course, was phenomenal. My son-in-law is an excellent cook. My daughter's a really good cook, too. But my son-in-law should open a restaurant. He's especially good at making things like brisket, and he loves to cook. So, but he does a different line of work, so he just cooks for parties, his parties, their parties. But it was really nice, and the kids had a good time. There were lots of kids, lots of older people, lots of people in the middle, so it was fun. But it's getting cold down. I don't like to go out too much at night, so usually if I can catch a ride somewhere, I will. But going to my daughter's house is okay because it's not very far, and I know the roads, so I feel safe driving there. It's just my vision isn't what it used to be. So, but that happens to a lot of people. My middle son was saying how he's starting to have a hard time seeing at night, and he's 45. So, and that's about the time it started with me, where the glare was like a lot. So they recommend wearing those yellow tinted glasses, and they seem to help. But not a chocolate creamer. I have another one in my stash. But for now, that'll do. So I finally bought some sweetened condensed milk. So now I think would be a good time to try and make some chocolate caramel creamer. So cheers. Maybe I'll do that today. Yep, very good. So I don't know what I'm going to do today. I'm planning on staying home. I'm about shopped out. If you look at my budget book, you'll know why. But some of that was actually bought online and delivered. So yesterday, Amazon said my package was delivered, and it was left on the front porch where it usually is. So I looked, and no, it wasn't there. I was talking to my neighbor. I said, did they happen to drop off my package at your house? No, it wasn't there. So I had to go walking around looking at all the neighbors, and a lot of times they leave a picture. If it's from Amazon, they leave a picture of where they dropped it off. It's like, well, that's not my front porch. So I walked around looking at all the doormats from the different neighbors, and I did find it. They delivered it 2 doors down, so I did get my package. But they're usually pretty good about delivering it to the correct house, but that's happened to me before. So if you can't find your package, go on a walkabout around your neighborhood, and they may have dropped it off there. So, all right, well, somebody made the comment, it's weird looking at your coffee pot, but, you know, this is like a podcast. You can go do other things while I'm talking. I don't need to show different things, so. Anyway, the same part of my budget book is the same way. It's done more in podcast style. And then I show you me, and then I show you what I've been doing, and so that's just the way it is, and that's the way it's going to stay, unless a lot of you say, well, we don't want to look at your coffee pot anymore. But I haven't heard any complaints except that one. So, all right, well, I will meet you over there at the budget book. Okay, well, yesterday I did spend money. If you want to see what I spent it on, watch yesterday's video. I wasn't going to go out to the store, but my mom needed a couple things, so I figured I would see her at the party, but she didn't come. She was tired. But my son, who lives right near her, he took her things to her. So that's initially why I went to the store. And of course, while you're out there, you think, well, what else do I need? So today's November 24th, and it's a month until Christmas Eve. Now, my family mainly celebrates Christmas Eve. It's the German tradition, but then we celebrate with their dad on Christmas Day. So that's been a tradition of our family for a long time. Well, ever since my kids were little anyway. So it's always a fun couple days that we celebrate. And the more the merrier, right? Because we have to celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. And why not make it a big celebration? But a lot of people, I think, forget about what the celebration is actually about. And, you know, it's so much about buying and retail and all that. So it's kind of lost its meaning throughout the ages. But I quit doing that a long time ago. I mean, I used to do the same thing. I bought so much stuff for my grandkids and my kids, and because it's fun, you know, it's fun to give. But it got a little out of hand. One year I looked at the pile of presents and I went, oh no, I cannot do this anymore. I mean, just the wrapping and you know, all the... So I stopped doing it. So now it's just, I give my kids and my grandkids mostly money. I've said this before. And then if they want, I'll give them, you know, something to open, because that's a lot of fun for them too. Everybody likes a present. So, but I have no idea what I'm going to get in the way of a present for anybody. My grandkids, they pretty much, if they want something, you know, they save up for it and they get it when they want it. So there isn't a whole lot that I can get them, or whatever they want really costs a lot of money. So then we'll all throw money in the pot, and it's like, okay, here you go. Now you can buy your thing, whatever it is you want. So, I mean, every family celebrates Christmas differently. And I think this year I'm going to make a vegetarian lasagna. I like to use the textured vegetable protein as the meat part. And my family doesn't even notice the difference. They really love my lasagna. So, and I use cottage cheese instead of ricotta. So that's just the way I make it. And so I'll be making that this year. That won't break the bank. Not only that, my family loves it. So I'm going to keep the menu very simple. I always buy a lot of appetizers and hors d'oeuvres, and we snack on that before we eat. So by the time we're done, nobody actually eats dessert. But I'm still going to have some kind of a dessert too. So we'll see. I'm still working on that, and I'll pick those things up, sometime between now and then. And the thing, too, that I like about the lasagna is I can put it together the day before and let it sit. And that way the flavors all get to develop, and then I just have to bake it. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm planning for Christmas Eve this year. And then, of course, I always take something with me to my ex-husband's house. You don't want to go empty-handed. So I usually take some kind of a side dish or an appetizer, and usually a bottle of wine too. So yes, I've outdone myself with the, I gave myself a red check. That's not good. I need to get an X there. There we go. I think this is the worst month I've done all year in as far as spending goes. But it's okay. It's not like I'm, hundreds and hundreds of dollars in debt. I do owe for my generator yet, and that will be paid same as cash in January. So only a couple months more to go on that. And I set it up that way because I didn't want to take all the money that I have in my emergency fund, because I still need money in there for my deck, which will be coming up in the spring sometime. So I'll be so happy when these repairs are done. It's just like over the top. This year has been terrible in as far as repairs go. Lots of things went awry in my house, and I just want to get it fixed so that I can relax and not have to worry about a lot of this stuff happening as I get older. I know there'll still be things that come up and that happen, but a lot of these are major things like the roof, the furnace, the windows, hot water tank. The next thing to go will probably be my refrigerator, because that's about 10, 12 years old. I'm not exactly sure. And but that I do the same thing. I buy it same as cash. So that way I have it paid off when the time comes, and it's not that big of a burden every month to pay on it. At least that's been working for me for all the years I've been around, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. So when you guys have big ticket items, how do you pay for it? Do you take a loan? Do you do same as cash? Do you have money saved for it? That's getting more and more difficult to do in this economy. A lot of people definitely don't have any extra cash laying around, and they have to, do the best they can just to get the bills paid. So hopefully we'll get some relief within the next couple years, and prices will come down a little bit anyway. They'll never go back to what they were, I don't think, but it would be nice. And in the meantime, especially we seniors, our money doesn't go up, that much. It doesn't keep up with the inflation rate. So we just have to get creative with our money, or do without, I guess. So, okay, that's it for my budget book chat for today. I am having a super lazy day today. So I got these strawberries for 50 cents, and I had 3 cartons. They're not all perfect, so some of them will be going out in the compost. And I'm just going to cook those down and make something out of them, but for now I'm just going to cook them down with some sugar and try and preserve them. I can make freezer jam or refrigerator jam or chia jam. I don't know yet what I'm going to do. But the first thing I want to do is pick through them and see how many I can salvage. I made a DIY power wash. I used Dawn, and I think I used like three or four tablespoons of Dawn and a couple tablespoons of alcohol and water. So that way I can just, it was cheap and easy, and the glass bottle I got for like 99 cents at Mark's. So this way I can just spray my dishes, and this is what I'm throwing away so far. Probably give it to the worms, they like fruit. So I sprayed these with vinegar, and I let them sit for a little bit, and then I'll put them in the pan and cook them up. So I got a nice little pot of strawberries out of that. There's a lot of waste too, but that's going to be going to the worms, so they'll be very happy. And I'll get a few little jars, maybe a couple of strawberry jam. Alright, well, I literally did nothing today. I'm just cooking up those strawberries, and just because I didn't want them to go totally bad. But yeah, I think I'm getting my grandson's cold because my nose is feeling funny, and so right away when that happens, I take this immune support. It's the same as Airborne, but it's the generic version from Drug Mart. And I start by taking that like 3 times a day for at least a couple days. And that seems to, I may still get the cold, but it seems to make it milder, so we'll see what happens. But I've been sneezing up a storm. But I guess you have to take that like right away at the first symptoms of the cold. You don't want to let it get a foothold and then start taking it, because it doesn't work right then. So, knock on wood, hopefully I, don't get sick now. But it's that time of the season, and I very rarely catch a cold. I don't even remember the last time I had a cold. It's been several years, so. But anyway, we'll see how this goes. And I always keep these in my stash, my prepper stash. And whenever I use one up, I buy a new one. So I've got like maybe 4 or 5 of those in the stash. So yeah, I literally did nothing today. I had leftover pizza for brunch. And I'm just going to have a sandwich for dinner with a salad. That actually sounds good. Not cooking today other than the strawberries. And I've got those simmering away on the stove because I want to reduce those to make like, I could even make a strawberry syrup out of them to go over pancakes. I bought bananas, so that would be good. That's one of my favorite fruit combinations, is strawberries and bananas. It's really tasty. So, not much going on today. It's not raining, but boy, it sure is gloomy out there. And I have my little Christmas lights on. I keep those all year round, around my mirror. And then I have some stuck in a couple plants here and there. And whenever it's dreary like this, I turn them on. So I enjoy that. So I'll be back in a minute. I gotta go check on my strawberries. They're starting to look good. But I want to reduce these down, so I'm going to be cooking them for quite a while yet. I didn't add water to this. I added about a 1/4 cup of sugar and just the berries, and I'm going to let that cook down, and I think that'll be good. All right, well, this is all cooked down now, and I let this cool, and now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of this instant pectin. And this is almost gone. I think I need to buy some more. So 2 tablespoons. And that should thicken it up, and if that doesn't work, well, then I'm going to add some chia seeds. So I'm just going to stir this up and let it sit, and then I'm going to put it in some jars, and I'll have a quick strawberry jam. Now that this recipe said, or this can, whatever you call it, container, says to add 2/3 cup of sugar. Well, that's way too much sugar. I don't want it that sweet. So I only added a 1/4 cup because these strawberries were really, really ripe. So there we go. I'm just going to put these in containers and stick them in the refrigerator and call it good. That looks pretty good. All right. That's it for the jam. Okay, well, it's the end of a very lazy day, and this is my strawberry jam, and it is filled right to the tippy top. So that's going in the fridge now. It's nice and thick, so for $1.50 I have a nice jar of jam. So, and I know what's in it. It's just ingredients that I put in there. So, all right, my friends, I'm going to go be lazy some more, and that's all I have for you today. So I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.